Vulkem EWS with Puma technology, waterproof traffic coating system for vehicular use. Vulkem Extreme Wearing System with Puma technology is a waterproof traffic deck coating system that utilizes polyurethane methacrylate technology for tenacious adhesion and extreme abrasion resistance. Vulkem EWS is composed of a primer, a base coat, an intermediate wear coat, an aggregate, and a top coat. This system is designed to withstand vehicular traffic that occurs in the drive lanes, ramps, helical turns, and ticket spitter of a parking structure. This unique waterproofing system is formulated to have tenacious adhesion, extreme impact and abrasion resistance, along with remarkable chemical stability. The elastomeric properties of the system's components enable the complete assembly to give and work with the concrete slab, bridging the shrinkage cracks. This parking deck system is designed for waterproofing concrete slabs and protecting occupied areas underneath from water damage. It can be driven on in 1 hour, which will minimize operation disruption. Vulkem Primer No. 70 is a 2-part chemical curing methyl methacrylate or MMA primer for porous and non-porous surfaces. Vulkem BC370 is a 2-part chemical curing Puma modified coating used as an elastomeric waterproofing membrane for Vulkem EWS. Vulkem WC570 is a 2-part chemical curing Puma modified coating used with sand to level out uneven areas in the concrete. Silica sand is added to the wear application, which imparts a textured surface and contributes to wear resistance. Vulkem TC970 is a 2-part chemical curing MMA coating used to lock in aggregate and provide additional chemical and UV resistance to Vulkem EWS. The following products are recommended for use with the Vulkem EWS coating system. Vulkem EWS Cleaner is a 1-part cleaner for all tools such as mixing paddles, squeegees, spiked rollers, and spatulas. Always use this cleaner for Vulkem EWS materials. Never use any kind of solvent to clean any of your tools, as this will cause contamination and inhibit cure. Vulkem EWS Initiator is a benzoyl peroxide-based filler used to react to all components of Vulkem EWS. Vulkem BC371 is a lower modulus version of Vulkem BC370 used to detail cracks. It can also be used as the base coat where below freezing service temperatures are expected. Vulkem BC372 is a thixotropic version of Vulkem BC370 used for ramps and vertical rises. Vulkem EWS filler powder is used to thicken Vulkem WC570 so that silica sand can be broadcasted into it. The recommended aggregate for use with this deck coating system is 25 to 50 mesh or 0.3 to 0.7 millimeter diameter silica sand for the primer application and 16 to 20 mesh or 0.7 to 1.2 millimeter diameter silica sand or color quartz for the wear application. Aggregate imparts a textured finish and contributes to wear resistance. Before your surface receives a coating, sealant, or liquid applied flashing material, it must be sound, clean, and dry, eliminating any foreign matter that may interfere with adhesion. Be sure to clean away any dirt, dust, and other particles, wax, oil, grease, tar, asphalt, mold, mildew, paint, sealers, coatings, and curing agents. The concrete shall be water cured and attain a 4,000 psi minimum compressive strength. The concrete shall be shot blast to achieve an ICRI 3 to 4 CSP. Moisture content in the concrete must be lower than 6%, as measured using a Tramex CME4 moisture meter. Depending on concrete construction and job site location, additional concrete testing may be required. Please contact your local Tremco sales or technical representative for more information. Shrinkage cracks that are 1/16 of an inch or 1.5 millimeters wide and structural cracks from building movement regardless of width should be ground out to a minimum 1/4 inch wide by 1/2 inch deep. Surfaces must be free of defects that may telegraph and show through the finished coating. Surfaces that are rough, such as fins, ridges, exposed aggregate, honeycombs, and deep broom finishes, must be primed first with Vulkem Primer No. 70 and then leveled and made smooth by applying a coat of Vulkem WC570 and sand. Mix Vulkem Primer No. 70 for 2 to 3 minutes prior to the addition of Vulkem EWS Initiator. Mix Vulkem Primer number 70 thoroughly together with Vulkem EWS Initiator. The amount of Vulkem and the amount of EWS Initiator is dependent on the ambient temperature. Please refer to Table 3 of the application instructions for addition amounts. Apply Vulkem Primer number 70 at a minimum of 90 square feet per gallon to yield 17 wet mils to the entire area to be coated. The recommended method of application is with a roller. Application below 17 wet mils will result in the primer not curing. Once primer is rolled out evenly, lightly broadcast 0.3 to 0.7 millimeter sized silica sand into the primer at a rate of 0.7 pounds per 10 square feet. Allow Vulkem Primer number 70 to fully cure before proceeding. Spalled areas should be cleaned and free of loose contaminants prior to repair. Due to the fact that job site conditions vary, it's recommended that you contact Tremco's technical service or your local Tremco sales representative for the best method of repair. Mix Vulkem WC570 for 2 to 3 minutes prior to the addition of the silica sand. Begin with 10 pounds of sand for every gallon of Vulkem WC570. Additional sand can be added if a thicker consistency is desired. Once Vulkem WC570 and the sand are blended together, combine this mixture with the Vulkem EWS Initiator. Please refer to Table 3 of the application instructions for addition amounts. Please note, the Vulkem Initiator addition is based in the ratio of Initiator to Vulkem WC570 amount. Pour Vulkem WC570 with sand mixture into cracks and strike flush with a roller. For moving joints, mix Vulkem BC371 for 2 to 3 minutes prior to the addition of Vulkem EWS Initiator. Ensure Vulkem BC371 is thoroughly mixed together with the Vulkem EWS Initiator. Amount of Vulkem EWS Initiator is dependent on the ambient temperature. Please refer to Table 3 of the application instructions for addition amounts. Apply Vulkem BC371 6 inches or 150 millimeters wide, centered over all untreated cracks at an 80 mil thickness, 2.0 millimeters. Allow Vulkem BC371 a minimum of 1 hour to cure. Once fully cured, there are 2 options before proceeding with the base coat. Number 1. The Vulkem BC371 can be roughed up with a grinder. Or 2. The Vulkem BC371 can be coated with a 20 mil coat of Vulkem TC970. Allow Vulkem TC970 to cure for 30 minutes before proceeding. All drains should be cleaned and operative. Drains shall be recessed lower than the deck surface. Surface shall be sloped to drain and provide positive drainage. Base coat application. Mix Vulkem BC370 for 2 to 3 minutes prior to the addition of Vulkem EWS Initiator. Apply Vulkem BC370 at 20 square feet per gallon to yield 80 wet mils, 2 millimeters thick, to the entire area. The recommended method is a metal notched rake. Spike roll Vulkem BC370 immediately to release all air bubbles from the coating. For ramps, mix Vulkem BC370 with Vulkem BC372 at a ratio of 3 to 1 before adding Vulkem EWS Initiator. Allow Vulkem BC370 a minimum of 45 minutes to cure. Mix Vulkem WC570 for 2 to 3 minutes prior to the addition of Vulkem EWS filler powder. 12.5 pounds of Vulkem EWS filler powder is used for every gallon of Vulkem WC570. Once Vulkem WC570 and Vulkem EWS filler powder are blended together, this mixture is thoroughly mixed together with the Vulkem EWS Initiator. Please note, the Vulkem Initiator addition is based in the ratio of Initiator to Vulkem WC570 amount. Please refer to the application instructions for addition amounts. Apply Vulkem WC570 with Vulkem EWS filler powder mixture at 25 square feet per gallon to yield 65 wet mils, 1.65 millimeters thick, to the entire area. The recommended method is a metal notch rake. Spike roll Vulkem WC570 immediately to release all air bubbles from the coating. Immediately following the application of the Vulkem WC570, broadcast the material to refusal with 16 to 20 mesh or 0.7 to 1.2 millimeter diameter silica sand or color quartz. For ramps, mix pure Vulkem WC570 with Vulkem EWS Initiator. Apply Vulkem WC570 at 80 square feet per gallon to yield 20 wet mils using a medium nap roller. Immediately following the application of the Vulkem WC570, broadcast the material with 16 to 20 mesh or 0.7 to 1.2 millimeter diameter silica sand at a rate of 3 pounds per 10 square feet. Allow coating to cure for 30 minutes. Apply a second coat of Vulkem WC570 at 57 square feet per gallon to yield 28 wet mills using a medium nap roller. Immediately following the application of the Vulkem WC570, broadcast the material to refusal with 16 to 20 mesh or 0.7 to 1.2 millimeter diameter silica sand or color quartz. Allow Vulkem WC570 a minimum of 45 minutes to cure. Before proceeding with the Vulkem TC970, sweep or blow off any excess sand or color quartz. Mix Vulkem TC970 for 2 to 3 minutes prior to the addition of Vulkem EWS initiator. Vulkem TC970 is then thoroughly mixed together with the Vulkem EWS initiator. Apply Vulkem TC970 at 64 to 90 square feet per gallon to yield 17 to 25 wet mills, 0.43 millimeters thick, to the entire area. The recommended method of application is with a roller. Note: recommended coverage rates are approximate. Sand loading methods and concrete surface profiles may increase the amount of material required to obtain uniform coverage. Immediately following the application of the Vulkem WC570, broadcast the material to refusal with 20 to 30 mesh 0.6 to 0.9 millimeter diameter silica sand or color quartz. Allow Vulkem TC970 a minimum of 1 hour to cure before opening to vehicular traffic. For complete application instructions, including cleanup tips, alternate methods, and common industry application issues, please visit our website at www.tremcosealants.com. Note that application techniques may vary depending on regional climate differences. For information specific to your region, contact your local Tremco sales or technical representative.